Song, nigga. 100 pro flow, run and shoot pro, 458 drop, playing bulletproof soul. Every few shows, I just buy some new gold. Circle got smaller, everybody can't go. Downtown Diamond District, jewelers like yo. Hustle, holla at me, I got Cubans on the low. Through the Cancun, smoking Cubans on the boat. Then dock that Tulum just to smoke. Look, listening to music at the Mayan ruins. True devotion on the bluest ocean, cruising. My cultural influence, even revolution. I'm integrated vertically, y'all niggas blew it. They tell me hustle, dumb it down, you might confuse them. This ain't that weirdo rap you motherfuckers used to. I'm a urban legend, South Central in a certain section. Can't express how I curb detectives. Guesses, evidence of a divine presence. Blessings, held me down at times I seem reckless. Effort, you got an L but got an E for effort. Stretched it. Dropped him off in the Mojave Desert, then left him. Ain't no answer to these trick questions. Money making nip, straighten out my jewelry on my bitch dresser. Well known, flick up in jail clothes, snatch a champagne bottle from Rico's till T-shows. Whatever, nigga, playing chess, not checkers, nigga. 38 special for you clever niggas. See, bro, if you ain't living down by the street code, been through all these motions up and down like a seesaw, I can never view you as my equal. Fuck, I wanna hear your CD folk.
What a handful, Canfo. You are now tuned in to Academy Radio. I'm your host, 11. My co-host, Genius on the Beat.
Yeah.
My co-host, Big Baby Boom.
What it do?
Co-host, Honest.
What up?
Got a very special guest today. Lisha. Sound. Say what's good to Alicia. Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
It's good to have you. How you feeling? How your week been going?
It's good to be here.
Good to be here. It's good to have you. Hey, indeed, it's good to have you, man. We just played a little bit of Nip. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nip. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, man. You know, it hit a lot of us hard. I think Academy on there, just our platform, period, is kind of doing what he set out to do. We trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to lead or trying to go off in his footsteps, bringing the community together, giving people opportunities to promote themselves and promote some music and, you know what I'm saying, get some businesses started, get some businesses collaborating. I think that was what Nipsey was doing, and I think we're trying to do the same thing, man.
Yeah, man, I feel like his spirit just pouring out from his death, and his physically,
right?
The spirit that he harnessed, taught his teaching.
Right.
I feel like that is that's what's really taking place now. That ride for me, I don't think he meant. I think he meant it. I think it was subliminal.
Word.
I don't think it was like ride. Look it, but ride.
Right.
Like get you together. Take over.
Indeed, bro.
That's his whole message.
You said something about him leaving here physically, and I was thinking on that this week. I actually put something on Instagram this week about life and how we get attached to the physical and how we our life, we just consider life to be a part of the physical and the physical, and how I believe that energy isn't destroyed, it's only transferred. So all you really ever do is just leave your physical shell or leave your physical body, and an energy like Nip or a spirit like Nip can't die at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We get so attached to what he looked like, what his voice sounded like, and we think that when that leaves us,
and we still see him.
right? You know what I'm saying? We still hear his voice, and we feel like when that a lot of times, right?
Vibrations.
Yeah. A lot of times we feel like when that person leaves in the physical, then that energy or that spirit goes with them, and I don't believe that. You know, I think once you hear, you hear. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going nowhere. Like we total our cars all the time. You total your car, you get rid of that vehicle, then you go find you another car. You know, I feel like that's the same way energy is. I mean, I can look at my brother and feel my papa's energy and feel my papa's spirit.
Right.
And he long gone. You know, so
the energy, that it's that purpose that is deeper than that flesh, that vehicle, like you said. That vehicle it has a time on it. That purpose, when your purpose it lasts, it's your legacy.
Right.
It lasts. It endures through time.
Indeed. A little bit about, I mean, how he how he died though. How y'all feel about the way
It was
it
tragic.
went, the way it went down?
It was tragic, and it was just disappointing from a cultural perspective, man.
Right.
We was all, you had the conspiracy theorists.
I was gonna ask y'all that, like, do y'all believe it? Because you know, half the black culture say, the government did it.
Nah.
Another half of the culture say,
Yeah, what y'all think?
gang violence did it.
I ain't gonna say it was gang violence. I mean, because they're both a Crips, right?
Yeah.
But so it wasn't really. That was just I mean, because we don't know what words were exchanged before it happened, so it's still all speculation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because what we got love for Nipsey, but we don't know what was said to that man to trigger him.
True.
To like,
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
I'm about to come and smoke you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it had to be some heated words. It just wasn't nothing just polite and.
I don't think it had to be, bro.
Right.
Right.
For somebody to get, like, I mean, people die for simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? People get killed for like the simplest of things and the simplest of arguments. People get killed through jealousy. People get killed for misunderstandings. You know, like I don't know. I don't necessarily think that it had to be a heated argument for death to be gone.
I mean, it might not
got be hot. You know what I'm saying? For it to be heated.
It might have been. It had to be something that was disrespectful to that man. I mean, it's all speculation.
Right.
Yeah.
But it happened.
Could also been an opportunity for that man. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
The people who believe that the government is behind it see it that way, that he had an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get a check for this. You know what I'm saying? He's had some type of incentive that the government is behind. I feel like, man, regardless of what you blame it on, man, it's still an institution. It's still a system at the end of the day. If you blame it on gang violence, that's a system. And then if you blame it on the government, it's still a system at the end of the day. I feel like we give the government too much credit, man. Everything,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like black people can't be successful. We give the government credit for that. They Illuminati if they get successful, and then they die. We get the government credit for that. The government killed them. Like, dang, can we not do nothing on our own? Like, we can't be successful on our own. We can't be failures on our own. We can't do
The
nothing.
mind's been conditioned.
Yeah, we've been conditioned. Period. To just, I think.
Like I was having a discussion. Like, it's always, and it's that competitive nature that I think a lot of times it's like doing the most damage, bro.
Right.
Like, it can't be that everyone just can't be great at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything, it's always some type of separation.
Why is that though? Because that's not. I mean,
That's a condition.
Society.
Like, some people say it go back to the Willie Lynch theory. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I just think it's been conditioned that way through society, and you know, once you just keep repeating the thing, eventually it just become normalized behavior.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, things just become normalized over time. It just evolves.
is there a way? I guess is there a way to? Because you talking about like the crab in the bucket mentality that we all can't come up and we all can't. It ain't enough resources out here. And that's probably coming from the fact that we live in an environment with scarce resources.
That's part of it, but then it's like you say, all right, why can't just LeBron and Kobe just be both great?
Right. Yeah.
Why we can't watch an Empire and
Power.
50 Power?
Power at the same time.
Why
where
we
everybody
just can
can't
watch
it.
both shows at the same time? It's like it always has to be one. Such and such is the greatest hustler that came out of the hood.
Right.
You know, so it's always a competitive nature. Like, it just can't be like we were just all legends.
True.
You know what I mean?
Just black man, our way back, we have men before. Coming from we're trying to rise, trying to bless things. It's weights unless they actually gas going into the tank, not a gas tank. Gas in your tank.
Right.
Most people are weights, and the way we look at it is, got to build our team. Our team ain't really in. Black man will come up from the bottom. You have to first, and then that's come back.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like even it's hard enough trying to make it, but the support, you feel like even being like me being a local artist, I feel like I can't share the same local fans with the other local artists. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
if somebody's gonna even being local artists, somebody got to be the best.
Right.
Like, why is we local, bro? Like, why somebody got to be the best out of Statesville? You know what I'm saying? Like, we local. Like, why are we still?
And I think that's just the nature of us, bro. We
Like you said, it's about that cloud.
Cloud.
Who doing it?
Right.
Why
Who
we
doing
want-
it the best?
But why is that so
we're
important?
real competitive.
Because
though.
it's just
we
that important
want
to
to be the
people.
greatest.
clout.
That's been man's all.
Wanting to be the greatest and wanting to.
So
go
is that
out.
like so would you consider that like a sense of like insecurity?
I do, bro. That's what I was gonna
Right.
say. I do think it is
Right.
insecurity, bro. I do think it's
Yeah,
insecurity.
I feel like that's always insecurity, feeling like I need some type of approval
Right.
in order to be considered or make myself. Because really, you lying. You trying to convince yourself that you're great. If
Exactly.
you already feel that you're great,
You ain't
Right.
gotta
I don't
say
need
nothing.
your approval.
Right.
Your
Right.
approval.
Indeed.
True.
But being great does come with work, though.
Exactly.
That work towards becoming great. That may be what competitive nature is. Looking at somebody greater than you, you got a base. You can only see as far as you can't see past greatness
Right.
that you don't see. See somebody greater than you, that's the greatness you know. So probably where I will.
But if you ain't looking at what somebody else doing and you focusing on your own plate, you won't have to worry about who's the
Right.
great. Because in your
Indeed.
mind, you already great.
Right.
Right.
So you need to be focused on what you got going on.
I totally agree.
So then it again falls back to what we was talking about last week. It's all about perspective.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's funny because I'm reading right now. I'm reading Creativity by Osho, and Osho is a Indian guru, and he talks about how we accept approval from people who have to prove that they are lesser than we are in order to give us that approval. Like we only like in order for somebody to call you pretty, and they have to be telling you that they look better than themselves before you to call somebody else pretty or to say they look good. You know, when somebody tells us that, it puts us in a place above them. That's why we accept it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if compliments, I guess if compliments were mutual or even, like if my compliment for you didn't put you on the pedestal but made you even for me, made you I guess equal to me, but we want compliments as much.
Why would it place you higher though?
Right.
Because a lot of times people say you're so intelligent or you're so smart. And I think when you say that, it comes from, I think, you kind of admitting that they smarter than you. You smart. Like, oh, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You put them on a pedestal. You place them higher than you do.
Right.
But it could
Right.
smarter,
Smart
intelligent
person
than
too.
For the average.
Right, but I'm
Right.
thinking the smart and the intelligent. I'm thinking the smart and the intelligent person accepts. They take value from it from a person that thinks they're not as smart. Like the fact that I value that and you don't think you're as smart as me. You know what I'm saying? Like you're judging me higher because your standard is lower, but I accept it. Especially if I don't think I'm pretty. Like if I don't think I'm pretty and you tell me I'm pretty, then you have a lower standard to me. But then I accept your lower standard.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's deep, bro.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
deep though. But and I agree with it. For
You know,
real,
like-
bro. That's kind of
I don't think it's always just
Yeah, that's true.
giving a compliment.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
compliment.
Or you haven't confident in yourself enough to give somebody a compliment.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I
that's where-
mean?
that's where I
Like,
think it
if
should
your boss
generate
man
from.
called you in and say, you're doing a great job, or I feel like you are, very outgoing, blah, 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 blah. Like, this your boss man, so he see that in you to give you the compliment.
giving
to
credit
let
where
you
credit
know.
is due.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you are a naturally pretty person yourself and you tell somebody else, oh, I think, you look real nice today.
Mm-hmm.
Bosses know how to give you compliments in a way that keep you employed. You know what I'm saying?
You think that's,
Like bosses know the way to give you a compliment
So it's
so
about
you don't quit your job.
so is it about intent?
You
I don't-
think
Yeah, bro,
so?
that's exactly what it is. A compliment is your intent.
Is your intent?
Yeah, you either intend
Is it some? It's got to be some type of intention behind it. Like, okay, like somebody might say, "Man, you pretty," might be because I'm crushing on you. Then another person might be like, "This girl don't believe in herself. Let me tell her pretty to boost her confidence."
Or somebody else might just say you pretty because they think
You just think you pretty. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's some intense. I mean, intense.
But I guess their standard of pretty. Like we know that pretty is a spectrum, right? And we know that pretty is a spectrum for everybody. And we know that it's a different spectrum for everybody. So for you to give me a compliment saying that I am pretty, like that really means absolutely nothing unless you know my standard of pretty. Unless I'm just going to accept your law for life. Unless I'm just going to accept what your definition for pretty is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Look at Honest. He got to sit back and think about it. Oh, man. He trying to put this in perspective.
I think, say Beyonce is pretty. That's my standard for pretty. Right. And to me, I'm not okay, I'll put it in male perspective. I think Denzel Washington is handsome. That's my standard for handsome. I don't think that I'm Denzel Washington, so I don't think I'm handsome. But somebody else comes and tells me that I am handsome. I still don't think I'm Denzel Washington, but now I believe I'm handsome.
So what you saying is levels to this thing.
You know what I feel like at the end of the day, in order to accept the compliment, you got to also accept the standard for the compliment. And we don't always know that standard for the compliment. Right. And a lot of times the person who's giving that compliment standard for beauty is lower than yours.
I think that's the problem, though. Trying to figure out what the... Like,
right.
Just take it for what it is and keep it rolling, bro. Whatever. Like, hey, you think I'm pretty? Hey.
Appreciate it.
I mean, it's still up to me to believe it. And some people might not need your approval. They don't need you to tell them they're pretty. Somebody might respond, I know I'm pretty. You know what I'm saying?
That's going too far.
And then you might still tell another person I'm pretty, and then she might be like, well, I still don't think I'm pretty.
Right.
Yeah. But some people say if they don't believe it, well, like, what do it mean? It doesn't mean anything.
I feel you, bro. Speaking of pretty, though, Lisha is out here set to make people as fly as she can possibly be.
Most deaf.
You know what I'm saying? With her it ain't new, but her clothing line and her designing. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Just go ahead and give us your drop before we ask you some questions about what you do in the States, or what you're doing in the community, what you're doing for us, what you got for us, the product is.
Well, my clothing line basically just, something that I just started out. Like, I go to the mall sometimes. So it's like, I want this dope coat. But sometimes you can't find what you're looking for.
Well, you can't afford that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, half the time when you go to the mall, like, they ain't really got what it is that you're looking for, depending on what your style is.
Or what your body like. You know what I'm saying? You have a fat old ass and they ain't got...
or anything. So,
they got nothing to cover them hips. I feel you.
It's all types of things. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to make me a coat. Like, what I'm looking for, they don't sell it in the store. So I'm going to make it. So, I mean, that's how I initially started.
Okay. And, are you designing mainly through... like logos, or you a seamstress? You sewing stuff together?
I hope to be a seamstress one day. Okay. I just started out like in 2014. I just made a coat and I shared it on Facebook. Okay. Next thing you know, I'm making outfits for kids' birthday parties.
Right.
And then the next thing you know, somebody's telling me like, you need to start a line. So I actually hollered at Honest. Yeah. And he drew me I told him what I wanted my logo to look like. Wow. And he drew it for me on a piece of paper.
Hey,
wow.
I took the piece of paper, right.
That was the beginning of my designing.
I took that paper and put it on a sweatshirt. Before I knew anything about PDF form or anything. Yeah. Like, nobody gave me any insight about that. Right. Yeah. So he did that for me. Like, so, as time went along and I learned a little something, I got with somebody who could make that design in PDF form, which is what the genius is wearing today.
Hey.
Yes. And he shot with me, like, he showed me a lot of love. Like, he did that. So, I mean, it went from making kids outfits to putting logos on t-shirts to,
So you think the support came before the passion? Did you always have a passion for? Or you maybe fashion.
I always had a passion for fashion.
Okay.
Right.
But you know, I didn't think that once I made this coat in 2014 that it was gonna go so far. So once, you know, I seen how far it was gonna go, you know, I did grow to have a passion for it to actually give it a name.
Okay.
So
Tell us about some of your favorite designers or some of your favorite clothing brands out right now.
oh gosh,
If
but
you're not wearing your own stuff.
my favorite, one day when I get big, I'm gonna be able to buy this. But like Coco Chanel, that's
Okay.
like my inspiration. Like I'm
Okay.
more like a classic type of person. You know what I'm saying? I want to cater to like urban fashion.
Right.
I hope to see my stuff one day in Zoomies and, you know, I can see it in like a DTLR, something that's like different.
Right.
I don't want nothing that's
That's
just
basic.
basic.
Right.
I don't do basic.
Right.
Right.
Basic
Okay.
ain't
I
up
feel
my
you.
alleyway.
Indeed.
So, you know.
But my question: how did you come up with the name Fetish
Fetish,
Stylez?
because like I feel like everybody, when you put your clothes on and you know you looking like something,
Right.
and you go out and they be like, "Oh, where you get that from?" You just
Right.
become a fetish because they want to know
You're right.
what can they do to achieve that look. So I
Gotcha.
want everybody, when they put their clothes on, to feel like they a fetish. Like somebody is out there looking at your
They got to have it.
They got to have it.
Yes. Okay.
So yeah, that's how it came about.
All right. So what's your next moves? What you got in the making right now?
Well, I have a best friend, Shakia Fraley. Shout out to her.
Shout out Kiki.
Shout out
Kiki.
Kiki.
So I had got with her, like, we go back and forth about the fashion stuff all the time. So I'm like, bro, like, I got this going on. I've been doing this. You know what I'm saying? If I ever need a answer to a question or, you know, some insight, I'll be like, bro, what you think about this? So I'm like, on the back end, you know what I'm saying? When I get on, of course you gonna be on, but at the same time, you need to do something that's gonna complement this.
Right.
So I'm gonna do the clothes, bro, and
Right.
you get the accessories.
Right.
That way, whenever we get ready to get all our stuff together, I'm gonna style them with the clothes. You gonna hit them with the accessories.
That's
Exactly.
community. That's
We
what
gon-
we here.
That's
what
what
we
we're
here for.
about right
Kill
there.
Yeah, building a community.
So-
about though.
That's exactly what we're here for.
Corporate lifestyle.
Yeah, we're trying to take it over.
Okay, and 5 years. 5 years, where you see yourself? 5 years.
5 years, I hope to be like.
Give us a 5, 10, and 15. Give us a 5. No,
Listen.
5, 10, 25. Yeah.
We gonna have this storefront in Georgia
Okay.
Right
called
on.
Fetish Lux Boutique.
Ooh, okay.
We gonna be styling people, the celebrities, blah 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 blah. You come in here, you gonna get a whole experience. We
Right
gonna
on.
style. Listen,
Yeah. What's gonna be your niche though? What's gonna be the thing that brings people to your store instead
because
of everybody
it
else's
ain't
store?
nothing basic. It's different. First of all, if you know what I'm saying, if you ain't into different things, then you're not gonna have no niche for our store.
Right.
You got to have a niche for not wanting to walk around looking like everybody to even, you know.
So exclusivity, you gonna be exclusive.
One of my viewers right now saying that she would like to purchase a sweatsuit.
Hey, it's lit already.
Look at that.
Look at
Already.
out here.
Miss Melissa Schuford. I don't know if you friends with her on Facebook.
I don't know.
Hey, well, we finna link them.
But she said she would like to purchase a sweatsuit.
Well, hit me in the
Hey,
inbox.
that's what's up.
I'm with it.
So that's how they can
What
find
would
you.
What would you
Yeah.
some inspiration for the upcoming designers? What would you tell them? How to get started?
Basically, you got to do your research. You got to research your products. You got to research your prices and compare and contrast. And before you put anything out there, you need to, first of all, wear it yourself.
Right.
Okay.
And see what kind of response you get, the quality. You just can't be putting nothing out there with your name on it that ain't no good.
Right.
So I say, do your research. You know, don't try to rush nothing, but at the same time, you gotta stay consistent.
Most definitely.
All right, and
I mean,
I
cut
heard
off,
you.
Levin.
My bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I mean, You off genius or
Hey, bro, it's all good. I done forgot
You
my
good?
question.
I heard you tore up the fashion show that they had a couple of weeks ago. How do you think? How was that experience? And how do you think that experience helps any kind of local designers?
That experience is always a good thing. This was our second year doing it. In which the first year, which was last year, I done it by myself, and this year, like I said, my best friend got her line going, so I was like, bro, we got to do this together. So I think that it does build a platform as far as like getting your business out there for people to see, and to see your creativity, what all you offer. I try to have a range. That's why I do the kids as well as the ladies, which I do. I feel like my logos are more masculine.
Okay.
So I do want to cater to men as well. My shirts are men's shirts. Like, believe it or not, our men's clothes.
Okay.
Oh, word.
It's more comfortable for me. Like, I don't want to be stuffed up in something all the time. Like,
And I gotta say, man, like we went to school with Lisha
Okay.
and Kiki, and they were like trendsetters though. I'm gonna tell you to this day. A lot of these girls will be wearing the J's with the jeans and shit. Kiki Fraley started this shit, bro.
bro
For
had all
real.
the J's.
Believe that, bro.
I agree.
Bro had all the J's.
Out there,
And
like,
believe
they
it or
whole
not,
crew,
she
bro.
don't even wear J's no more.
Nah, like she was the first girl I seen with rocking the boy tennis shoes with the jeans, and she started that job.
Yep, bro.
Believe
had
that.
all-
She was a
had all the
trendsetter,
J's,
bro.
yeah.
Trendsetter.
And they whole crew. You know what I mean?
Trendsetter your whole life, man. I feel
Yeah.
it. I feel it.
Believe that. They crew, yeah.
I think what Levin was gonna ask how do contact with you about your
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. How
Um,
can they find you?
They can hit me up on Facebook, Lisha Gillon, or you can follow me on Instagram. I have 2 separate pages on Instagram. I have a personal page and I have a business page, which either one is fine. Fetish Boss as well as Fetish Styles Apparel.
Okay.
So, far as like the website and all that stuff, I be getting started.
Okay.
And then, but see, with my line, I offer so much different stuff, and I try to customize stuff to where it's like hard for me to just make a
Right.
website to put it in the box
Right.
because it's like somebody might need like jeans. Can you make me such and such colors to go with these shoes? And I'm the type I do like to cater to
Gotcha.
my customers.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha. You doing a lot of commissions.
Custom, yeah.
Oh,
Commissions,
yeah.
and
Customized.
custom work.
I love custom work. That way
Okay.
you really ain't got to be worried about walking around
Looking like so.
that.
That's
Right.
I guess that's your MO. You really trying to have people looking exclusive, not looking like everybody else out here.
Most
Right.
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Because we are living in a trending time, and
We
everybody dresses and look alike. So we do need some originality.
Exactly.
Speaking of trends, Alicia, one trend that you hate right now, a trend in 2019 that it makes you sick to your stomach. What one trend that you see on social media that you just like, every time you see it?
I don't know. It's like I'm getting a little older, so you know how like
Right.
when you was young and your mama and them be like, "What are y'all talking about?"
Right.
Yeah.
Like I be looking like, what are they even talking about? Like,
Right.
can we say like some realistic stuff here? Like,
Nah.
I'm telling you, I do hate that no cap.
No cap.
I still, hey,
Nah, bruh.
can I be honest?
That
I
ain't
still
true.
don't know what it means. Be honest.
cap.
Like, if they mean they not telling.
Hey, can y'all please
lies,
tell me
like,
what
no
it means?
cap.
What does it mean? What does no cap
No
mean?
cap.
They
I
ain't
think-
lying.
They ain't lying. Yeah,
They
yeah.
ain't
No
lying.
cap.
They
You're
Why
not
you
lying.
just
Why
think
can't you
that
say I
bro
ain't lying?
Same, I guess same
I
as why you say
mean-
for real, or no doubt, or
No, yeah.
more
self-explanatory.
self-explanatory.
It's more self-explanatory.
No cap.
No cap.
I don't know what a no.
But
maybe
what's the cap? What's the cap short for?
You tell me. They just ain't
Is it
lying.
talking about a hat on your head? Is it like
They don't know.
Oh, okay, maybe the hat on your head. You put a hat on your head to disguise yourself, and a lie is a disguise, or a lie is a false story.
Boy, you reaching.
I was just saying, no capping.
It's like
means
whenever
no
you
disguise.
open your Sprite and then you drop your cap. No cap.
Man, listen.
No.
Let's just say,
Negative.
bro, I
I think I got a pretty good reason for why it's no cap, bro.
ain't. Why?
Well,
You take your cap. No cap means no disguise, no lie.
I
You
mean,
put
I
the cap
like
on
that.
to hide your disguise. To hide your put a cap on to hide your identity.
Okay.
Or the, so you say no cap. I'm telling.
I'm telling the truth.
Or
No cap means
if you on the boat,
when
you ain't going nowhere. Cause you ain't got no cap.
you ain't got no.
Because you ain't got no cap.
You
When
ain't
my
got no
kids
cap,
in my
you ain't
class
lying.
line, I call them cap.
No, no.
That ain't what it is.
That's what I call my kids when they lie to me in class. I call them captain.
Oh my God! Don't
Captain.
teach them kids.
Captain
that.
Thomas.
That's what it
Speaking
is.
of capping, that's a nice little segment to this next topic. Speaking of capping,
Uh-oh. What's the topic? What's the
right,
topic today?
right.
Uh-oh.
is I'm wondering
Mm-hmm.
which one is worse, lying on your dick or kissing and telling?
Kissing and damn telling.
Which one's worse, to lie on your dick or to kiss and tell?
That's kissing and telling.
Kissing and telling.
Ain't that the same? Like if you lie on your
Nah, because
Nah,
kissing
nah,
and
nah.
telling is telling the truth.
Yeah, like I hit it, but I'm gonna let the
True,
world know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
telling
I
the
did
truth.
that.
I mean, lying on your dick is just a bald
Right
faced lie.
then, yeah.
I don't know though. Now that was kind of crazy.
I think they both a little.
Right. You ain't got no business
You ain't got no
being a
business
grown
doing
ass man, first of all. But that kissing and telling, man, don't do that now. Do not do
Did you know
that.
it's okay to it's okay to tell a few people, right?
Nah. Don't even tell your damn self.
They don't tell nobody.
Mm-mm.
Say take it to the grave with you.
Some things need to
But
be.
you know, they say you gotta let that stuff out. You can't just bottle that in. Like, it ain't that bad for you.
They say a secret that's
You
on
ain't stressed.
with one. It ain't a secret if only one person know. It's only a secret when more than one person know.
Right. So what we
You know what I'm
keep
saying?
It depends who you telling it to.
Who is it okay to tell to?
I guess it
Like
depends
your
on the
best,
secret, right?
best friend.
Boy.
I think the secret is the draws. You got you pop. You got the draws. That's the secret.
Right.
You kissing. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I guess if you tell, how much in detail can you go?
It's a respect issue then, because then you got to be like, man, you can only lay down a little bit of details, because.
But the
gotta
people you
consider
gonna
them.
tell ain't the people that's okay to tell gonna want the juicy shit. Like it's okay to tell
Right.
your homeboys. It's okay to tell your homegirl.
But is it really okay to tell them?
It depends on who.
Because I'm going
it
to tell
is.
you now.
I think
Look,
it
look,
depends
look.
on the girl,
yeah.
Hey, it might still be your homeboy.
You got to be solid.
But man,
Right.
but man, oh man, at the end of the day now you come up and you come up and tell, now you come up and tell some of them now, you be like, bro, the head game. So,
Boy,
like-
So you
Like-
think that's
like
gonna
a
make dude go? You think that's gonna make dude go? But
man, they gonna get curious now, and I'm gonna tell you,
oh yeah.
they gonna slide in that
Oh, yeah,
inbox and
definitely.
try like it's comfortable conversation and blah blah blah, and they going in for the kid.
yeah,
I mean-
It depends.
You
on
won't want
who
that for
it
your
is.
hey,
That
but
ain't-
it happens
yeah.
though.
Your bro gotta be solid.
It happens, bro. Hey.
It depends on your
Juicy
story.
stuff.
I mean, because if you put that story out there, like it's,
like
I gotta
it's top-
find out for my. I mean, if
top
it's
notch.
right there for you, I gotta say if it's for me. You know what I'm saying?
we talk about standards again.
Yeah.
Perspective. I need to see if I'm
Yeah.
perspective.
Like I'm just saying, like you expect them to be solid,
Yeah.
but
But do you refrain? But I feel like that's fair because if you refrain from telling your homeboy because you think your homeboy gonna try you, then I guess the loyalty or the
Right.
solidness ain't there to begin with.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like if
Right.
I'm going, if my reservation for telling my homeboy is my homeboy might slide in my DMs. If I got a
yeah.
reservation that my homeboy
you
might
don't
slide
trust
in
him
my
in the
You
first
ain't
place,
gonna
Touch
tell
right?
that nigga, no, I don't need to be telling him.
That's
Right.
real.
Right.
That's real.
So like, I always
So
feel
I
like,
look at it like, but what if you ain't in a relationship with her? Do it really matter anyway?
Shouldn't matter then.
If
Shouldn't, bro.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
say
gotta be-
say this
Yeah.
was your like your go to. You know, you got your one. You go beat up on. You know,
yeah.
but you know what I'm saying. But it's no commitment. So if your bro do go slide up in it, what should it really be an issue?
Ooh, that's another question. I mean, I think
Yeah, that's tough. Right
I
there.
didn't say got cold,
Feeling
man.
like you gotta, if you feeling it, you gotta be like open to your boy, like bro, come on, bro.
Right.
If you ain't even disclosed that to him, and then he end up slipping in the, y'all end up slipping in the same.
That's
What
not happened to me
if it
before,
ain't
bro.
even about her just being the one? You'd
It's
be like,
bro, it's
bro.
like,
Oh, like if
go
it
to
ain't.
now.
I feel like if you ain't got no feelings for the chick, like if
You
it's
ain't
really
gonna
just your
care.
pop, then you not gonna care. Like that's happened to. Only time I feel like you care is when
You care about him.
you care about her or you had some type of understanding between the homies. You know what I'm saying? Like you like there's a you spend time with your homies and after a while either y'all gonna tell each other who y'all hollering at or y'all ain't gonna tell each other who y'all hollering at.
Right.
You're saying you gonna put the nigga on notice that you slid in somebody's DMs or you not gonna put the dude on notice that you slid in their DMs. I feel like that's where the disloyalty comes from because if I'm telling you as my bro that I'm piping that and I'm hitting that, if you go and slide and without telling me, then like to me you disloyal at that point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I don't really care and you come and tell me, bro, I'm finna slide, bro, go ahead and slide.
Because I feel you, because some things is already established. Some things
Right.
we already know, like, bro,
Right.
hitting that.
Yeah, pop.
You know, I mean,
Community side.
I might could hit, but you got. But I'm just saying, man, you got. But a lot of these dudes, they do it for ego though. They
Bro,
want to.
fucking
They
period,
feel
bro.
like
Fucking period
I
is
want to.
for
I want
ego,
to
though,
try. I want to try just to see if I.
Fucking period is for ego. Unless you married and in a relationship and you trying to like manifest something through your climax. You know what I'm saying? Like we get super spiritual and you trying to like get a baby. You know what I'm saying? Get baby for you. You trying to manifest opportunities or money through your climax with your partner. Other than that, it really is just the ego boost.
Wani say if that's your hoe, that's my hoe.
I wanted to be quiet.
Indeed.
He talking to you. Back in the past.
Community hoe.
Oh, she'll put you out there.
Yeah, that's the community hoe. I feel
Yeah,
it.
that's the community.
Treacherous.
Just crazy.
If it's established that it's the community, but the thing is about the male ego. The male ego, we hate admitting that we fail for the community hoe. So when that happens, you know what I'm saying? Like if she's the
Yeah.
community hoe, and we done seen that happen, you know
That
what
was
I'm saying?
my next thing.
She was the community hoe, but you fell for.
Because somebody gonna get attached to. Somebody gonna get attached. It's gonna
She
be
gonna
that
put thing on
vibe.
somebody.
That it might not even be her, but it might just be that vibe. Like sometimes with certain women, just be them chemistries, bro.
Yeah, bro, you gotta take that in consideration. I know we give the community hold that title, but like if we look in the mirror, a lot of us is we giving
Indeed,
it
bro.
to the community.
Indeed.
But
True, indeed.
So she deserve a chance too. Especially she know what she want in life. Like Dre was
Oh
saying.
yeah, I'm saying like I definitely feel like I don't even like to call them hoes because I don't feel like there's a universal hoe number. So that unless you got a pimp, you ain't no hoe. You just liberally
Well.
sexually liberal.
I don't know
Because there's
I
no-
got a number.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a number, what? Okay, let me ask you this, big baby, what's your hoe number, big baby?
What's my number?
Your hoe number, yeah.
Ooh,
Over a 5-year spread.
Right, because then that's my next question. How
Over
many
time?
years? Like, cause you got to talk about the time too.
Kiki, how many niggas you gonna let here?
Does any? I
For me,
can't think of a whole number, bro.
I can give you. I'm gonna say 10 from in a 15 years span.
You can't
You
do
a
that.
hoe, bro? No, bro, because that means you can't have 10 relationships.
I'm
in
talking about
15
from a
years.
woman's perspective.
You can't have 10 relationships.
bro.
You
That
know
ain't
what
fair, bro.
Wayne say? I wouldn't care if you was a prostitute.
But see,
I don't
y'all,
let you
but see,
hit
but
every
y'all,
man
y'all,
that you
y'all
ever
tool is
knew.
y'all tool is more precious
I mean, that's
than our tool,
understandable.
though.
Hell, bro.
But you
It
gotta
take a
take it.
beating, bro. That
Everybody
thing can
be
take a
young.
beating.
That's what I'm talking about. They think can take a beating, bro.
That ain't that
And-
fresh. That's tough. They got a tough.
And then they push
Oh,
life.
right.
And then they push life out of that thing.
Right.
Put life in it,
And they
bro.
put life. We put life in it. They push life out. That
Big
thing
Baby
really
ain't
tough.
trying to
Bro.
hear none of this. y'all.
We got a little more reckless on
He
this
don't
subject.
care.
But
I honestly, I'm gonna say this. I honestly feel like if
so what's your you do? You got a number? Or you
I
don't care?
about the number, bro, because I honestly feel like that is an insecurity of lack of performance. If you care
right.
about
I
the
agree,
past, you really scared that you're not gonna perform now.
You can
Like,
snatch
because
her,
at the
bro.
end of the day,
If
I'm
you
your
really
next.
super-
Yeah.
That wouldn't be my issue.
Unless you worried about like
You gotta have superpowers.
after you get past HIV, that can be easily settled, right? After you get past that scare,
Right.
that can be easily settled. Like, what other scare is it? Because we know how the pussy work. At the end of the day, it's gonna work the way it works, regardless of how many dicks being in it. The pussy gonna work, and then it's also gonna work according to the partner. How the pussy works is according to the partner, and we know that too. So it really don't matter how many dudes she been with. She couldn't have been with that niggas till she been with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the, I feel like
I see where you're coming from, bro.
you gotta.
I feel you.
When
Though.
people
I
say
agree.
when you
I
judge the number, you really judging your performance. I feel like because like what do you care at the end of the day? Like if you know you finna show up, you know you finna like there's been a whole bunch of people on Coachella stage.
But while you
but
saying
Jay-Z
this,
still
I'm gonna
get on
let. Hey,
Coachella stage.
while you saying this now, women, if you listening, don't go out here trying to be no hoe. Because he tell, hey, listen, because he said he ain't got no number. He thinking most cats don't care about the number. Hey. Most dudes do care about that.
I don't even ask, bro. I don't even ask. It's not even something
I
I
don't even
ask no
think
more.
it's so much of the number, but sometimes it be that ego thing or that pride
Right.
thing. Like
That's
you
what
ain't
it
wanting
is.
to walk around with
That's what it
everybody
is.
them saying that they done.
That would be my issue.
That's the
like,
thing.
like, bro, why you, man?
That's
We
what I'm saying.
ran up
Nobody-
here. You know what I'm
nobody
saying? Like,
wants to
nah,
wipe the hoe. Nobody wants to wipe the community
I
hoe.
can't
But
handle
is it
it,
really
bro. I ain't
love?
gonna lie.
I mean,
I'm just being real. Like, I can't handle that. I don't care if
That'll be a snap between
Nah, that ain't gonna work.
falling in.
But everybody done been with somebody that you
Right.
know. So I mean, like,
Unless you like, stay.
And unless you
Right.
don't, and if you think of,
well,
and
don't
unless
nobody know you.
Mhm.
unless your standard is I must have a virgin, like nobody's touched you, an undefiled woman. Can you really judge how defiled that woman is? I guess.
Nah, you can't judge.
You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you say you can't be touched at all, because if she been touched by one person, okay, she ain't no hoe to you. But what if the dude that she touched 50 women
Right.
unprotected?
So you can marry a prostitute.
I mean,
Gotta be dope, but she gotta be.
yeah, she
Jamaican.
gotta be dope, bro. I think I
Boy,
could.
y'all
though.
lying.
I think I could. Though. She gotta be dope. Like while she was a prostitute,
Like
why,
a gypsy
like I could marry a
prostitute or
past
something.
prostitute.
Ooh,
Oh, psychic powers or something.
A
Yeah.
past prostitute.
A past prostitute.
that would. I guess that would be selfish.
I mean, I went
though, man.
all of 2018. I was attracted to strippers, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I got this little.
Because you stripping don't make you a hoe though.
I agree with that. I agree 100%.
Right.
I agree. I mean, I follow a lot of porn stars on Instagram, and a lot of porn stars on Instagram are married, and I know it's Instagram, but you know, they seem happy. I guess
Right.
the husbands be in the Instagram pictures and laughing and joking in the hotel bedroom that they got paid for how they little scene.
How do you do that?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. How do you?
Now,
do it?
like the woman's past, I'm gonna ignore the woman's past. But like you can't be no hoe while you with me. You can't be no prostitute while you with me. You know what I'm saying? You can't be selling that pussy while you with me. But what you did with that pussy before it became mine, that ain't none of my business.
Exactly.
Because it
I
wasn't mine
agree.
then.
Take a minute.
Come on with it,
Oh,
bro.
hell.
Come on with it, bro.
Like, bro.
Come on with it, bro.
Like-
Honest, be honest. Honest.
Cool. Like it's cool with just a woman with many wives and
No, and people ask me. I think I know what you're going with that.
not the woman can't the women, like if you is a man, 3 wives.
Mhm.
3 wives.
If
Step
that
outside.
man is tied to them 3 wives,
Right.
I see it like if the man is tied to them 3 wives and those 3 wives are tied to that man and each other. I think I see it more so like a union. Like
That's how I
them,
see it,
like
yeah.
them girls can fuck each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they can all fuck me or they can fuck each other.
Right.
But
But
we a
nobody
union.
else.
We ain't stepping outside of this union
Yeah.
because if
Absolutely.
Y'all don't know what they talking about, they talking about polygamy.
Yeah, polygamy. I feel like there's more accountability in the pack than there is in the partnership anyway. Because if I step out on, like if we're in the pack, I step out on 1. Now I got to fill the rap for 3 women when
Right.
I get home. So now I have more incentive to be loyal to 3 than I would to be loyal to 1. Because I'm going to get the rap 3 times when I get home versus getting it 1 time. And then even it's gonna be harder for me to step out. If you gotta make 3 women happy at home, you ain't stepping out. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't.
True,
And then
true.
think about how much detectives women are anyway.
Oh, hell
You living
yeah.
with
They
3
gonna be working
FBI
together.
agents, bro.
What?
Yeah, bro,
You living with, you can't do nothing. Yeah, bro,
Bro.
they got video surveillance.
Y'all can have that.
It ain't worth it. Yeah, that shit ain't worth it.
You might like if you feel the need to have multiple wives, you might well just remain single, bro. And
What's the point of marriage then?
huh?
What's the point of marriage?
I guess what's the point of marriage?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with somebody that that enhances me.
And 3 women not enhance you.
I mean, they can, but that's just.
It make you better. 3 women not make you better.
But why do you require 3 women?
I don't require 3. I kind of want 2. I'm gonna keep it hot.
Why you want 2?
I want 2 because I feel like the triangle is the strongest structure in nature, man. And
I'm trying to get octagon.
I feel like the triangle is the strongest structure in nature. I mean, I got a plan for my family and the way I want to build, and I know it's gonna require a lot from me as far as like my grind. Like I'm really about this work. I'm really about grind. I'm really about putting, you know what I'm saying, putting the pedal to the metal. And I want a woman with me, but sometimes I guess a fear of mine is that I won't have the mental capacity to chase my dreams as hard as I really want to and give my woman the attention that she desires. So I feel like if I had 2,
I feel you on that.
I feel like if I had 2, they could entertain themselves. They could I feel like I need 2 that like each other more than they like me. So they can be into each other. They can entertain each other while I go out here and get this money and chase my dreams. All I really need is something to hold on to when I get home and lay in
So,
the bed.
but you saying them 2 off the market? Them belong to me.
Oh, them 2 is mine. Unless you can take them from I don't really entertain fear. So like, and I've always been like that with women. Like if you can take my woman, bro, please do it, bro.
My friend Linda say watch Sister Wives.
Sister Wild. I think I watched a couple of.
Yeah.
I think I watched a
I've
couple
watched
of
that shit before.
That's polygamy too. I ain't
Yeah,
watching
that's
that
it.
polygamy.
sounds scary.
But I think Sister Wives be more so. It'd be more. It's more so like a social thing, like it's a social norm, like Mormon. Like a lot of people are forcing that polygamy. The polygamy that I
That you-
envision or that I imagine.
It's a freedom. It's a choice.
Yeah, it's more so
Yeah.
like I
Right.
find 2 girls that's already in a relationship and they both like me. I'm just like, shit, I'll be both of y'all boyfriend. I'll be both of y'all husband.
A little summary of Sister Wives is this one guy,
Mhm.
he married to 4 women,
Mhm.
4 different houses.
And 4 different houses.
They all got at least 3 chaps, they said.
God.
So he's got a schedule to where he goes to A, Monday, Tuesday,
Mhm.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday,
Oh,
Tuesday.
that's just too much, man. That's
And he like this.
All live in the same house.
Yeah, why we just can't? That made me feel like the women don't like it. Nah, it's gonna be really, really hard if the women don't like each other.
Yeah.
Like the women, I feel like every
gotta
woman is a
coexist.
little bit bisexual anyway.
And that's where they at right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like-
They got some friction right now. Last time I seen it, they had some friction.
So if the woman can't admit that she's a little bit bisexual, then she ain't about that team up. I feel like every woman's a little bit bisexual.
So you need your
What's your
you need your
take
woman to
on
like
that?
women.
Yeah,
Is every woman a little bit?
Bisexual. Every woman's a little bit bisexual.
I mean, I think for the most part, but you have some women who really just don't like other women. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they not afraid to give another lady a compliment, but like they ain't want no parts in that.
Okay.
Some of
Not
them,
even no kiss.
probably not even no kiss. Some women really do only want a man, but there are most.
Ooh, let me ask you this, because we know women can be consumed in their man and worship their man. Could a woman love a man enough or so much that she with it because he with it?
Hell yeah.
And how
That's
long
power.
and
That's
is that
powerful
love?
right
And we talk about perspective a lot and how love really is just perspective.
If like a woman really love a man, she'd probably do anything that man wanted to do.
Yeah,
Just to
indeed.
make him happy, cause I mean, you just want him to be fucking happy. So why not?
And if he's happy and you happy because he happy,
Y'all
And
the
all
fuck
y'all
happy.
happy.
and all y'all happy.
y'all working together as a team.
Y'all working together as a team.
For the greater good.
For the greater good.
Food on the table.
Everybody
I feel like,
happy.
man, they lock too many
The
of us
Japs
up.
happy.
Yeah, kids good, grow up together. All their brothers and
That's
sisters.
kind of crazy, but I mean, it happens.
Yeah, it
That's how the
does happen.
Kings did it back in the day. And they had capsules.
Oh, you better
got a
definitely
full
be a
bedroom.
king to make that happen.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Indeed.
That's a village, really.
A
Yeah.
whole village.
Oh,
Man, you need to know. Are you really?
Huh?
Huh?
Am I really what?
Do you really feel that way?
I do.
Okay.
Honestly.
And I think this one over here do too.
Oh yeah, I mean,
What's y'all signs? When your birthday?
October 9th. That's just Libra.
Oh, okay.
Lovable Libra.
When your birthday?
I ain't got no sign. But
You got a sign.
my birthday is in October. My birthday is October 26th. You're gonna say I'm a Scorpio, but that's just gonna be talking about my
Lord.
earth sign, and that's really not talking about my life, I guess.
Yeah,
It's talking about my
I can
birthday on
see
the day of the
that.
calendar.
Nah,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
It's a commonality. It's some commonalities, though.
Bro,
It
that-
Because you got they like we got a lot of my friends are Scorpios, and y'all are a lot alike. Your own way.
Hermes, the guy who created that, where we got astrology from, astrology, numerology, all of that. Hermes, he's a Greek god Hermes. He wrote the Hermetica, and the Hermetica was a book that he was given to the pharaohs, and he was telling the pharaohs about astrology and numerology and all the stuff that we worship. And he told the pharaohs, he said, I'm giving you this book so you can teach the people, because if they don't learn to control themselves, the planets and the stars will control them, just like if planets and the stars control the ways of the trees and the way the trees swing, the planets and the stars will control the way that people move if they don't control themselves. So yes, we are subject to astrology, numerology, and the moon signs and all of that stuff. We're subject to that so long as we're not in control of ourselves. But Hermes
Right.
also throughout that entire book, he teaches the pharaohs, which is why the pharaohs were seen as gods in ancient Egypt sometime, because he was teaching them in that book how to transcend and not be subject to the zodiac, not be subject to numerology, not be subject to all of that stuff. That was the transition from, I guess that was the transition from being a regular person to being a pharaoh, or to really being a king, what they considered to being a king. So it was working for some people if you let it, if you allow. I feel like the truth in our religion is the belief in it.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, for something to work for you, you gotta
believe in it.
yeah.
That's true.
You gotta
Yeah.
convince
I
yourself
agree.
that I'm a Scorpio. I mean, I say I'm a Scorpio because way I be in the bedroom, but other than that, that's the only thing I
That's
accept.
the only
But see, you see that he accept that quality about it, right? I'm gonna denounce everything else, but hey, but I am.
Definitely a Scorpio.
I'm a Scorpio in the bed,
I-
right?
That's more so. That's more so testimony.
Yeah.
That's more.
Pull
That's,
up that mix.
Y'all is stupid.
that's more so a testimony. That's,
Come on, man.
But and I was gonna say about the polygamy thing. I think, man, it's an ego trip for me a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I'll accept that it's an ego trip for me a little bit. But I do also think about community, and I do think about how Black and brown people are jailed at a disproportionate rate. It's a whole bunch of single women out here who are mad because they feel like there ain't enough men out here, and they mad because it's taboo for them to share one. So it's a whole lot of daddies out here who could be daddies to more than one, but it's taboo for them to be daddies to more than one. It's a whole lot of good men out here who could be good men to more than one, but it's taboo for them to be good men to more than one. So the system is already set up to split up the Black family. The system is already set up to put us in jail and put them on government assistance. Yeah.
Right.
So if we're gonna make it a community, it takes a village to raise a child. Like the baby, if the child's dad is in jail, he's in prison, and I got me a girlfriend, and we got a kid. You like me? I can handle it financially. I can bring you into my house.
So how do we? Like I'm about. Like we can focus on the problem, but I'm about solutions. Like how do we fix the system? How do we stop operating inside this system? Like it has to become a point in time that our people got to start taking accountability for our own actions. Like a lot of times, like a lot of these women out here hurt. I told them the dudes that they chose, they already knew they weren't no good for them.
I agree indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot, when you pick up and sell drugs, you know the risk behind it. You know what you jeopardizing at the end of the day. So I feel like we just gotta get to a point as a people. We gotta start taking more account. Like the system, yeah, we know what the system is now. We done became we done evolved. We wiser now, so we know this pattern. My daddy was my structure is set up like the same story for a lot of people in the hood. My daddy was a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in these same environments. But I just had, you know what I'm saying? It was a choice inside of me. Like, I didn't want to be that.
I think you are influencing, like, we not.
Bro, I hung with something, like, when I was a little boy, I was around, like, some of these, like,
So
some wild boys, bro.
Okay, so why'd you get it and your friends didn't?
Support.
And that's
what I think it is. A lot of times it's support.
Polygamy solves that issue.
You think so?
Yes.
I mean, if
this child ain't got support, but he will have support in a polygamous relationship. Like you a single mama, you got a son who needs support. He's on this, and you know a dude ain't really giving. The dude ain't finna play no daddy role to your child if you ain't giving him no pussy. Okay.
But then it could be like, in a polygamous relationship, it might be like, one woman might feel like that's your child, and I don't want really. You raise him, you know what I'm saying? I'm down for
with baby mamas and stepmamas. So, you know, that's the same. Like a stepmama can come in and not.
That's
really
why I say I don't think we can just change human nature. I just think the person has to change it for themselves, bro. Like that's what it comes down to. Like my mom could have been like any of these other moms, but my mom just chose to stay. The dude.
Your mama's situation wasn't the same. Like to say that we don't all have the same mom because we don't all have the same situation,
yeah,
so we don't have the same thing like influencing.
It's like, a lot of damaged individuals in this world.
To grow up in church, to keep it hot, to grow up in church. I mean, talk about the church how we want to talk about the church, but to grow up in church, it does help you make sense of the struggle.
Give you a certain type of discipline for yourself.
Give you a certain type of discipline while you're in the struggle.
Right.
So I can be living Section 8 in the projects, going to church, and because I'm going to church with like-minded people. I'm mentally more prepared for life, and I'm mentally better than somebody who's living right beside of me in the exact same situation, who wake up every Sunday and don't do nothing but watch cartoons because their mama not sending them to church. So they ain't gonna have that mind state.
So I'll pose a question. All right. So we see a lot of times, like in our communities, we see a lot of damage going on in our community, and we just kind of ignore it a lot of times. Like we don't like. Are we at fault as a people for not helping our brothers and sisters sometimes? Because a lot of times we see like messed up situations inside our community, but we as a people don't offer support to one another. We just allow them to go through it more so than I need to help my brother and sister.
I feel like a lot of us don't help each other because we don't feel like we can help ourselves. Especially in the struggle. I mean, you see somebody struggling and like you like, man, we all out here struggling. Like you see a homeless dude on the side of the street and you like, I ain't got but $3. So he ain't got no dollars, but hell, I ain't got but $3. You ain't finna get him out. I gotta feed my family. So our struggle becomes highlighted because it's our experience. So if we don't see ourselves in a place of prosperity, like if you don't see yourself in a place of prosperity, you don't see yourself in a position to be helping somebody else. If you think you struggling.
A question. Where we at on time?
Yeah, but at 8. But go ahead, bro.
No, let's roll on.
But yeah, so like that's what I was gonna say. Like, far as the Nipsey situation, how do we go forward from here? What do we need? That's what we started out the show with,
right?
I feel like it was an unfortunate situation. Things that happen, you know what I'm saying? It's a purpose behind it. So what, as a people, what do we need to learn from the situation? How do we grow from here? Like one of my things I was thinking about, like, this man was trying to save his community. The same people you trying to help came and took you out. What? So do you still put your time and investment into your community, or is that just all part of you, just the sacrifice? That's the sacrifice, Like I'm just saying, like his community, he grew up in Crenshaw. The dude that killed him is from this same community.
Right, I know that's that's our perception of community.
Like I mean, that's like I say, our world is just what's around you, bro. Like we can't control every aspect of unless you get to that certain type of power. But you know what I'm saying, like just your immediate surroundings. You can be it spreads. If he's doing something, you doing something, I'm doing something. We working. You know what I'm saying, towards your goal. So. Like I'm just saying, like, where do we go from here? Like,
I don't think there's any way to fix haters.
It's not.
I don't think there's any way to fix negative energy. I mean, battle is with principalities and energy, just not really with flesh. So like, you're always gonna have negative energy. You're always gonna have you're always gonna have death. That's a part of life. You're always gonna have senseless killings. That's human nature. We've been killing each other senselessly since we've been on this earth.
Right.
I think it's all about how you look at it. Like BJ said, BJ mentioned that it was purposeful. Like a lot of people see the death as tragic. BJ sees it as purposeful because what happens after the death.
And I agree. I agree with him.
You see gangs putting they flags down for a moment. You see people coming out. You know what I'm saying? You see people actually coming out and trying to start businesses and promote their businesses because of this guy, because of this energy. So I think that's where we go with, like, just try not to get attached to anybody, but understand that the movement is generational. In order for us to come out of this hellhole that we in, like, people gonna have to die.
And we focus on that as a good, take it from a, like you said, like BJ said, like, I was looking at it from a spiritual perspective too, because it made the world look at the state that we're in, and you had to reevaluate some things. Like, it was the same dude. Like, some people are fascinated with the gangster, the gang life, you know what I mean? And then, you know what I'm saying, like Nipsey, he was like a hero for his community. And he was doing the right thing, and he was taken out. But then with him being taken out, it's like it made people like reevaluate some things. Those gangsters, they had to start looking at some things.
But and I guess like the game catching up with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you a gangster for a certain amount, and I think a lot of times a lot of people are products of their environment. When you grow up in the hood, like it's a means of survival at some point. Then you make it out, but a lot of times you surviving that means of survival, it haunts you because you made enemies trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? So it haunts you. So then when you finally get on, you got an even bigger target on your back because when you were surviving, you made enemies. Now you own it. You trying to help people, but you might have made enemies while you was just out here trying to survive. But they don't care that you own now. You got a different mind state. They still hate you for whatever happened years ago, and they still want. They still got that jealousy for whatever happened to you years ago.
So another perspective, do you think it was worth it for Nipsey to put so much back into his community?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering.
Like, is it worth like giving back? You know, I think it is, and I think it is because what Nipsey death taught me is that my life ain't mine. At the end of the day, it don't matter how good of a person I am. It don't matter how golden my life is. It don't matter how much I give back. My life ain't mine simply because somebody can take it. And anybody can take it.
We still ain't finna send the fruit, so
seeing the fruits of what this death has done. All we know is the physical body of Nip ain't here no more. Like his body, like his life ain't here no more. And
but the
spirit, bro, yeah. And at the end of the day, I'm a vessel. And it takes a really deep sense of entitlement for me to say how long I'm supposed to be here as a vessel when I ain't put myself here.
So why you here?
I ain't get to pick while I was here, and I don't get to pick when I leave. So at the end of the day, my life ain't really mine. It's a gift, and I don't even know how long I got it. So while
you here, you better make it purposeful.
I better make it purposeful, so that when I do leave, the legacy will be left, and what's happening with Nip can happen.
That's what it's about.
So,
I just think that he had a good, strong character. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you feel like, oh, the community, blah, 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 you still just do your part. Long as you do your part, your like nobody on any blog or Instagram or whatever had anything negative to say about that man. You got to build a strong character for yourself.
That's
a positive character, like where people know, you know what I'm saying? That was a good nigga right there.
Right.
Regardless. So that's something that you want to carry on. I mean, your community, shit gonna happen all the time.
Right.
But long as you do your part and you give back, I mean, hell, what can you really do? You done your part. Your character, your face still good. Even when it goes, when you go, it's still good. So that's how I look at it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree.
That's very inspiring should be to anybody.
Indeed.
Totally agree.
Let us Nip's character should inspire everybody, man. Nip's character and just the way he was you knew his agenda, but you knew his agenda was for the community. And you knew when he got on the mic, when he had an interview, you knew what he was gonna push, and you knew it was gonna be positive at the end of the day. Like,
Right.
you had a lot of people. I was watching some interviews, and you had a lot of people trying to trip him up because he was a gangster, or he was a rapper. So they didn't expect him to be intelligent, and they expected him to like go to some more ignorant shit. But like, he had an agenda, and he knew every time that he was on the platform, every time he had a mic in his hand, he was speaking to his people. He had to give his people food. Like, he raps on beats, but those interviews, he was feeding us, like, for real, for real.
Right.
He wasn't getting out of character, regardless of the person who was interviewing him. He was always gonna use that platform to up and make a community. So I rock with that. That's our time, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Miss Lisha.
First episode of Academy on Air.
Yay.
Yeah, man. You know, once again, we here just to inspire, motivate, and most importantly, show love, man. We'll be on air every Sunday at 7 p.m. I'm going to drop this on iTunes and Spotify on Wednesday.
Download the app.
Download the app, States Vegas. You can get it on the Apple Store or the Google Store, Google Play Store, States Vegas. YouTube channel, Academy Music Group, YouTube channel. We'll also post it on YouTube for the visual. Instagram, my Instagram _XIEVN. Everybody plug your Instagram. So
and Miss Lisha.
Plug your Instagram, Lisha.
Put your
Fetish Boss.
Fetish Boss.
Fetish Boss.
And where can they reach you at again?
They can reach me on Facebook at Lisha Gillon, or you can hit me up on Instagram at Fetish Boss, or my business page at Fetish Stylez Apparel.
Fetish Stylez, everybody.
Hey, Fetish Stylez.
Honest.
Instagram, honest creator, honest _.
Well, you gotta spell that out, bro.
Honest, honest is
crazy.
ANEST for creative.
And my Instagram name is Big Baby Boom. It's on Instagram. Yeah, Instagram, Big Baby Boom. BIGBABYBOONE. Any business trying to get in touch, just reach out.
Yeah, reach out to us, man. We on air every Sunday at 7 p.m. and we trying to build a community, trying to get some local businesses in here to interview, give you some promo time, build a community. Yeah.
Peace.
100 proof flow, run and shoot pro, 458 drop, playing bulletproof soul. Every few shows I just buy some new gold.
No problem.
Downtown Diamond
Man, for real, thank you.
Hustle, holla at me, I got Cubans on the low. Through the Cancun, smoking Cubans on the boat. Got that Tulum just to smoke.
Shirt.
Yeah, we need a shirt first. Yeah.
Yeah, because I just started dinner. So, like, and both of my kids, they dance. You already know how that goes. So, full-time job, practice.